Alright, so somebody's in here. Hopefully it's somebody who wanted to learn about cast iron frying pans and making pizza in it. If you have a YouTube account and feel like telling me who it is, just leave a message saying, or leave a chat thing saying who you are. What's going on, Raymond? So we're doing a my style of like a grandma, or I forget what else they call it. It's a light and fluffy pizza. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. So light and fluffy pizza. First things first. This is how I make the pizza. I don't really make it any particular way. I kind of steal a bunch of things from different pizza places. For example, right now I'm putting butter in the pan. And that is me ripping off Chicago, as they use butter in their pan. For example, Lou Malnati's. They butter up their pan. It makes it look nice. It crisps it up. It makes it nice brown. I put some Parmesan on the bottom, so just like that. Not a lot, but it gives it a little bit of extra taste and a little bit of garlic as well. Just so that your crust can have some taste to it as well. Now here's the big thing, and I'm going to show you how to make the ball in general once this is in the oven, because that works better. But I've had this dough out for probably 2 hours so that it can get some air to it. You want to disrupt it as little as humanly possible. That air is what you hope to give your pizza some volume. So I'm just taking it in my hand and I'm working it a little bit. I'm probably going to need some flour in a second. But because I balled it up first, I can now make it into a circle easier. So I'm just working it around in a circle. I'm feeling for parts that are thicker, because obviously you want to thin that out. I might have used the wrong pan. But, what are you? You're just working that dough out to be a circle. I'm sorry if you can't see very well, but it's hard and I've never recorded myself cooking before. So this is a new one for me. But you're essentially just trying to keep it as a circle. As a circle. And you want it to get wide enough to fill this pan. I'm not an expert, by the way. I'm just Jim. This element is on. I'm just going to go like that. Okay, so once you've got it to be a basic circle, You're just trying to essentially fill up the rest of the pan. And you're just taking it and stretching the dough and trying to get it to meet up with the side wall of the pan. And if you can pull that off, a lot of times the dough will just kind of stick itself to the side of the pan. So we're just stretching that out. Again, I'm sorry if you can't see it super well, but I'm trying. This is my first time cooking on a live stream. Again, we're just stretching the dough out and pressing it against the side wall. Now, right here, I can tell the dough is a bit thin. There ain't nothing I can do about that. There's going to be a thin spot right there. You just kind of got to live with it. But we're going to continue stretching. This is why you wash your hands before making pizza, because you're probably going to touch the whole crust. Okay, so that crust is just in there. You don't really have to have it be super tight up against the walls, as long as you're filling in the pan. If you're filling up the pan, you're doing all right. Now, I par bake my dough a little bit. And par baking means that I'm going to bake this dough prior to its actual usage. So I prefer to have a little bit of sauce on the dough when I par bake. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sauce on there. And obviously rub that all around. That's what you do with pizza sauce. You don't just keep it in one spot. You make sure it covers. That's a redundancy. I'm just kind of talking for the sake of it. Raymond, what's your name on the Discord? I like to keep track so that I can make sure that I'm appreciating those who come and watch. You know, if you're going to take your time to join me, I'm going to make sure that I recognize the fact that you did so, right? Isn't that how we're supposed to work this kind of thing? You come here, I appreciate you, and we all get something out of it. Okay, so that's enough. That's enough sauce. It'll be fine just like that. This is only going in 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I'm going to turn up the oven. We're going to do this at 450. And we're just going to pop it in here. This is a McClary number 6 drip top spider that I got in the summer of 2023. Now, I'm going to take a second here. I'll just put that in there for now. And cover that. Alright, so this is how you want your dough. Huh, I guess I shouldn't have put that in there. I gotta wash my hands. Okay, so essentially you want your dough to be a ball. Okay, so if you pull your dough out, yes, I use store-bought dough, it's perfectly fine, it's perfectly delicious. But if you pull your dough out and it's just like that, you know, you might be able to stretch that into a rectangle, but realistically, you want to fold that on itself, and then there'll be a seam back there. You fold it on the seam, and then you take it, and you just kind of squeeze it all together. Okay, and you see what I'm doing with my palm? I'm just kind of molding it all together. And now that's what the bottom of that ball looks like. That's a dough ball. Okay, I could take that and put it on my peel rather, and I could work that into a round, and I can make a full pizza out of that, no problem. But obviously, we have a pizza in the oven for now. So I'll just put that dough ball back in the bag. And on Friday, during the yak, I will have a pizza. Raymond, what's your name? What's your name on the Discord, bud? Okay, I'm going to take a sec, put that back in the fridge. Alright, somebody else is in here. Moses and Aquazar. Moses and Aquazar. Okay. There's a third person in here now. That's super exciting. If you want to out yourself, I'll accept it. If not, then I'll forever hold my peace, I guess. To get the new person caught up, we took a dough ball, a nice small little dough ball, and we let it sit in this container right here, covered, of course, for it was probably about an hour and a half. It got nice and airy, full of air, and then I just gently spread it to fit over a cast iron frying pan's bottom. And then I covered it with a small amount of tomato sauce, of pizza sauce. And it's in the oven right now. And it's par baking, which means that essentially I'm cooking the dough before any of the toppings other than a small amount of sauce. I'm going to put more sauce on it, but this allows it to become nice and airy. And a problem that exists a lot with a lot of pizza is that it develops a gum line. So an area just below the top of the pizza that stays gummy, it doesn't cook thoroughly. This is to help prevent that because this is a thicker pizza. Moses on a quasar. Oh, that makes sense. Right now, I'm just making sure that we don't par bake for too long. Uh, the issue here is that you want your cheese to also kind of brown. You know that marbling that you see on the top of pizza? That's the same browning that you would get on a hamburger when you put it down on a skillet. It's called the Maillard reaction, and it's the browning of the sugars in the food or something like that, but it makes it delicious. If you have cheese that's just melted versus cheese that's melted but also has brown spots on the top from the melting process, the one with the brown spots on the top is 110% going to be the better cheese to eat. It's going to be delicious. So, um, I don't use brick cheese. So like the cheese that comes in the long containers like this, the long. If it looks like this and it's mozzarella, I don't even buy it anymore. I buy this instead. This is Galbani. I don't know if you get that in America, but we get it here in Canada. And this is a pizza cheese. And I think its deal is that it's a higher percent moisture. But let me tell you, folks, the difference between this cheese and the mozzarella that this company makes is night and day. So get yourself a good pizza cheese, and you'll notice it right away. That dough is done par baking. Okay, and you can kind of see, you know, like it's bubbled up a little bit. It looks more like it looks more like a Nona pizza now. So we're gonna take a second here, just put that down, and like I said, we're gonna put a little bit more sauce on it. The sauce that I get, this isn't even the sauce that I use most of the time now. It's just what was accessible at the grocery store. Um, if you're looking at your pizza sauce and you can't pronounce a lot of the words, it's probably not that great of a pizza sauce. Like even this one, water, tomato paste, sugar, salt, extra virgin olive oil, spices, citric acid, dehydrated onion, dehydrated parsley, dehydrated garlic, natural flavors. There is another pizza sauce that has all sorts of preservatives in it, and I promise you that I can't rhyme off half the words that are on the back of the back of the container. So we're gonna take this off here. We're gonna double up this because it sounds like this pan's still relatively hot. Yes, I did just touch a pan that came out of the oven. No, it did not hurt me much. Um, and we're just gonna grate on top of it because who cares? It's a pizza for one. Okay, we're just gonna grate. It should be fine. I do like a cheesy pizza, so that might not actually be fine. No, that's not close. Okay, let's get some down. You do want some to fall into the crack. Again, it browns it in a way that is way better. I have that. Just gonna put down some pieces of bacon. Again, if you haven't heard me washing my hands multiple times during this stream, you're not listening well enough. Oh, I wanted. Okay, hit it with that. Don't leave your pepperoni folded over because it doesn't cook. Uncooked pepperoni isn't that great. Like, I mean, sure, I guess it's okay, but listen, I want pizza. I want cooked pepperoni. So I lay them out flat and really go for it. Really go for it in life, folks. Don't leave opportunity on the table. If you want pepperoni pizza, you make it. You make it damn good. And you unfold that pepperoni and you cover the heck out of your pizza. Just like, wow, I just did. I'm going to be 1 second while I wash my hand. Yeah. That's not all the cheese we're putting on there, by the way. Just wanted you to know. Put a little layer on top as well. Yeah, that's that done for. That's that cheese done for. I'm gonna put a little sauce on the top. Because who doesn't like a saucy pizza? You make a little line going from the top down. Bam. Make a little line. Pow. Bam. Gotta make them look fancy, right? If you're cooking for yourself, listen, you can at least make your food kind of look fancy. For toppings, we go basil. A little basil action. A little oregano action. Not going to hurt you. Tastes delicious. A little garlic on top because you can never have too much garlic. Garlic is delicious. Okay. And to top it all off, a little spread of parm. Dave Portnoy would probably hate this pizza, but I don't care. This pizza's for me. Okay, so that is a completed pizza. It's going back in the oven. And for this, we're going to go up to 500 just to finish it off. Moses on Quasar, what do you want to talk about for the time being? I'm all ears. If you've got questions, I've got answers. Just going to do a little cleanup while we wait, because cleaning up while you wait means that you get to enjoy your food once it comes out of the oven. If you're just hearing that for the first time, welcome to adulthood, I guess. I don't know. You should have learned that when you were like 12. Put away all this cheese. Growing up, so for Grateful Dead weren't really played in my house. Well, my parents didn't really listen to much music. So I really picked up my brother's music, which was like Metallica and Megadeth and Iron Maiden, metal. And my first real experience with it, with the Grateful Dead, was on a show on MTV, on VH1 rather. It might have been on MTV as well. It was on Much Music here in Canada, but it was called Pop-Up Videos. And they played a song. I don't know. I don't know what the name of it would be, or I know Jerry Garcia sang it, and it has a music video to it, so that might narrow it down. But it was a very fun song, and it pointed out that Jerry Garcia is missing a finger, or is missing part of a finger. I don't know, one or the other. And you would never notice just by looking at him. That's a show they really should bring back, is pop-up videos. I know not a ton of music videos go crazy nowadays, but there is still music videos. Twice comes out with a music video every 4 months, it seems. So why not? Why not have pop-up video stuff? Bam. Look at that. Wait, they clean. Now I just gotta wait for a pizza to come out of the oven. Let's see, what was the name of that Grateful Dead pop-up video? Grateful Dead pop-up video. Touch of Grey was the name of that music video. And it was pretty neat. I remember skeletons being in it. And I remember it being pop-up video. And pop-up video was a baller of a TV show. Raymond, the pan that I'm using today was made sometime in the 1950s, I want to say, by the McClary Company here in Canada. I own, let's see here, I probably own 4 or 5 McClary cast iron. If you ever get the chance, I do highly suggest picking one up. They're so incredibly smooth, and the workmanship and quality of the mold, uh, it's always top notch. There is a blemish in this pan, but I think that it was a blemish that came after the fact. Um, but that's okay. What can you do? It's just a little chip around the rim. I should have prepared for this a little bit better of a way to talk. Folks, we are I don't know, maybe 5 minutes away from the pizza coming out of the oven. There's somebody watching in here. It might be Raymond still. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody else. If it's somebody else, give me a shout out. Let me know who you are. I'll keep note of it so that another day, if you come in, I can say, "Hey, Raymond, you're back. What's going on, brother?" And you can feel special. Because who doesn't feel special when they're when they're shouted out? I don't know. Whatever it is. We're just waiting for pizza right now, folks. The weight is strong. This pizza is going to be a thicker pizza. A little airiness to it. So if you like a good sauce, a good dip, if you will, maybe you like marinara sauce, maybe you like ranch, maybe you like uh, some other sauce that I'm not even really aware of, like a garlic dip or something. It all works. It all works. It's not thin. So it ain't no thinny thin. It's thick. It's thick like your boy. It's got some volume. It's got some air in there, if you will. So, a few more minutes. A few more minutes. Check your watch. See what time it is. It's 5:28. Maybe by 5:32. But we can't rush these things. Because remember, we're waiting for the leopard spots on the top. But we're also waiting for a golden crisp crunch coming out of the crust. That crust is important. Just like Dave always goes after. Look at the bottom. Look at how well it's cooked. Well, yeah, you gotta cook your pizza. We want color. We don't want white. White equals uncooked. Golden brown. Those are colors that we associated with stuff being cooked. So let's go for that. That's what we're going for. There's still somebody watching in here. I wonder who it is. Alright, so I can tell that the bottom is probably cooked good enough. I wonder if that was my brother. My brother apparently has YouTube now. Maybe he came in here to look. Who knows? If he did, hey, some friends off of Discord asked me to show them how to make cast iron pizzas. So I said, yeah, okay, whatever. And so here I am, talking to nobody for 40 minutes. I just put the thing on broil. Broil, of course, means the heat comes from the top, not from the bottom. And in the next few moments, let's see here, 5:30. So I said 5:32. So we're gonna go until 2 minutes, and then we might take the pizza out of the pan. Who knows? If you didn't see, I really like pizza sauce. And yes, I use measuring cups as my sauce container. Just gonna put some in there. All right, so that's what we're looking for. You can see there's a little bit of the oiliness, but you can also see the brown there, the browning there. That's going to be a delicious pizza. So we'll put it on there for a moment. Turn off the oven, which of course was on broil. Now, if your pan is well seasoned, this cheese should have essentially caramelized and should release from the sides of your pan pretty easy. This caramelized cheese is delicious. So that's why when you made your pizza, you made sure to stuff a little bit of it down there, down into the crevices between the dough and the side. Folks, it's a cast iron frying pan. Don't worry about if you're using like a knife to do this. Like, whatever, who cares? Okay, that looks delicious. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so it's done. I'm just gonna lift it up, give it a shake to see if it's fully out. And then out to there. Okay, and let's see here. Can you you can't really see the bottom. Yeah, that needs washed, I guess. Okay, so you can see here that's nice and brown. I'm going to cut into it in a second, but that is a cast iron pizza with some dipping sauce. That's me done. I did what you asked. Give me views and likes, please, and follows. I'd really appreciate it. I'm sorry this took a long time, but I don't know how to make them short. Pizzas take a long time. That's why when you call and you say, hey, can I get a large pizza? They say, yeah, it'll be 40 minutes. So that happened. I hope that that helps. If you have cast iron questions or pizza questions, reach out. I'll answer. Big Smooch, Big Rip, 33, 10X.